Ready? Hello, kitten. Hello and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jen. Today I'm going to be working in my Witchy Journal, and I'm going to be adding some metallic elements to some of the pages using these temporary tattoos. Now I've had these tattoos for ages. I reckon I picked them up a while ago for like $1 or $2 for $1. And I thought they would just be fun to add into this journal, just to add that extra little element in there. And it's kind of a little adventure for me because I've never done these on journal pages or on magazine. I've done them on a journal cover that I put it down and I sealed with Mod Podge, but I've never done it just straight on a journal page. So this is going to be an adventure. It'll be fun. Worst case, I may mess up a spot or two, but we'll just embellish that little spot and make it look intentional, right? It's one thing I learned a long time ago. I had to get over is I don't want to mess it up. I better not do that. No, just get your hands in there and do it. So fingers crossed it'll work out. Also, if you're just tuning in, for the whole month of October, which this is October 2020 in case you're watching this later, but for the whole month of October, every single Saturday, I'm going to be doing a Witchy Journal video as we're on the last leg of this journey to completing this journal, and the full finished flip through will be uploaded on Saturday, Halloween. And I think it's a full moon, so hello, perfect. But every single Saturday going to be uploaded, and I just want to do something special because I typically upload every other Saturday, but I just want to do something fun for y'all for October. This is my most requested journal to work in. I love that y'all have embraced it, given love to this little witchy journal of mine that I have been working on for ages, and I just love it. Like, this journal is a very personal thing for me. I've spent a lot of time with it. So I have fun with it. If you haven't watched this series before, my process is a little bit different than when I do pages start to finish, like my one magazine challenges and my collage pages where I do start to finish. These, I kind of treat the whole journal as a page. So I'm not going through and finishing pages. I'm just flipping through and adding elements as I feel like it. So like here we're adding these tattoos on here, and I'm going to be flipping through, and I'm just working with this one material today. And this worked out pretty good on this page. I was super, pleasantly surprised with it. You see it just slid right off there. That was awesome. And I'm just using a little sponge brush and a little cup of water, and just kind of dabbing on the back, trying not to get you have to get it wet enough for that paper to release, but you can't wet it so much that you're going to mess up the magazine underneath or whatever you're putting it on. So it worked out pretty well though. Didn't have any pages that it really messed up. So, and I had, depending on the surface I was putting it on, had better success on some pages than others. Nothing that really messed up, but a few of the times the full image wouldn't transfer over, so it just ended up kind of looking like metallic leaf or something, which is fine by me. But it worked out pretty good, and so far it hasn't become sticky or tried to peel off on me. Now, another thing to note, and you won't see it in this video just because of editing, but I did give ample time for the pages to dry before I flipped it and went to the next page, if that makes sense. So that tattoo glue or whatever's on there had plenty of time to dry so that it wouldn't be sticky, because I'm afraid if I just try to close the page right up. Either the tattoo's going to stick and peel right off, or it's going to glue the pages together. I don't know. I don't know how these temporary tattoos work, but I was digging it. And as y'all watch me there putting those tattoos on, let's do a little personal ramble. Yeah, because I've had a weird like week to 10 days, the last week to 10 days. And, this is kind of a spell and kind of a magical, wonderful, connected theme to this journal. And I kind of had something like that happen this past week. So number one, I was kind of under a spell. So, my fellow Netflix watchers out there, have y'all seen that show? It's, I think it's called Get Organized with the Home Edit. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. But I binge watched that. I was probably watching it while I was doing this journal. But I watched that, and if you haven't seen it, it's a home organization show. Like, there's these two ladies, they're business partners, and they own this company, and they go around and like organize people's houses and stuff. And it was just really inspirational, really fun to watch. And I've been somebody who's been on like a decluttering journey, and just for the last 3-4 years now, my office used to literally be stuff piled from floor to ceiling, to where like there was just this little space of floor in here. Like, it was wild. I have videos on my personal channel that I used to upload on a lot, called It's Jen Again, where I did a whole series over like 2 years of me decluttering in my office, and it was wild. But a whole nother story, whole nother day. So I was watching that, and I don't know, it just gave me that boost to finally go in my office and kind of make it into how I really need it and want it to be. And while I don't have the funds or the budget to buy the fancy materials and do all this fancy stuff that they did, it just kind of inspired me to really get in here and just do that. So I don't know, it's like I was under a spell. I was just like, enough. And I mean, so much stuff left this house, y'all. So much stuff left this house. I don't know how there's that much stuff in this tiny, tiny, tiny little room, but there was. And I just love it in here now. I'm about 90% of the way through. I still have to go through a couple things, and after that, I would really like to film something showing y'all like how I store my journal supplies and whatnot. I think that'd be fun, because I love seeing how people store theirs, and kind of how their brain works. And mine's really, really simple, I think, at least in my brain. But yeah, I don't know, I just turned like a new leaf, and it was crazy. Didn't buy any storage bins though. Like I said, don't have the budget for it, and I will never buy another storage bin in my whole dang life. Because I have so many empty ones where I've gotten rid of stuff over the years. But whole nother story, whole nother day. So I told you all that to tell you all this. Can y'all tell I am like a southern rambler. We can't ever get to the point on nothing. I tell y'all what. But anyway, so I finally, last weekend I went and I, decluttered most of the stuff, and I left for my evenings after work this week to go through my paperwork. Oh my gosh. And this desk that I sit in and work on and film, I am the world's worst. So I'll get real stressed, busy, mail will come in, or important papers like stuff for my taxes or 401k, etc. and so forth. It's stuff you got to keep, like, insurance statements, stuff like that. And I just shoved it in here. And so I'm pulling paper out, and I finally got it in one stack. But my little job for my evenings after work this week was just to work on that paperwork, whether I had like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and just really sort through there. Found some really interesting stuff that I kept. Oh my gosh. Like high school IDs, my old certifications, found a Fraggle Rock comic book. I mean, all kinds of fun stuff. But anyway, the big thing was, and I almost think, I'm weird. I don't think anything is a coincidence. Like, everything happens for a reason, and you may not understand the reason until much later after it happens, or if that makes sense, y'all. Like, everything happens for a reason. You learn something from everything, I think. Things good and bad. And so I'm going through all this paperwork, and I get almost to the end of it, thank God. And, sorting it, filing it away and whatnot. And those of y'all that just know me from the art channel, I had a rough go of it a few years ago. I was in the hospital, in and out for a year, had some really bad health problems, which they never really got to the bottom of, but I've kind of learned to manage it better, and just in and out, CT scan or CAT scans. Is that the same thing? I'm not a medical person, but CAT scans, endoscopies, in and out of the doctor, having to switch doctors because I had just crappy doctors. I got put on this insanely expensive prescription at the time, and just all this stuff. It was crazy, and I had never had a medical problem in my life. So it was like, hello, welcome, because I think I was 29, so I was about to turn 30. It's like, welcome to your 30s. But anyway, really stressful time in my life, and that's actually why I started art journaling, because I was waiting to hear back from all these tests. I mean, I spent almost a whole year just getting all these tests done. Crazy things I didn't even know they could do. Y'all know. And it just, very stressful time in my life. And I started art journaling. I saw people on YouTube, doing stuff in a book like this, and it just blew my mind, because I'd done collages and stuff, but I've always done them as like a poster. And I started doing that just to get my stress under control, because they thought I had something quite serious. And I don't even like thinking about it. I have matured some more, but I really don't like thinking about it. And art journaling was something I could do that was really cheap, because the medical bills were killing me. And just to get my mind off of it. And that's when I really started doing it. But anyway, again, I'm rambling. So I'm going through that paperwork, and I pull out when I went and had to do like my endoscopy and all this stuff, and it was 5 years exactly to that day that it had been since that had been done. Like 5 years exactly, and almost the exact same time on the paper. And it just blew my mind. Like, I was going through this paperwork and I was seeing all this stuff, and it was something I felt like I needed to see, if that makes sense. And I feel like almost this whole big cleaning of my office that I did over like a week or so, just getting rid of stuff, clearing my mind, all this other stuff. It all happened so that I could go through that paperwork and see that. And I what are the odds, like to the day, almost to the minute, like I can't. It blows my mind. Like, I don't know. Some people don't read into that stuff. I really read into that. I see that as kind of a sign. So that was a little bit magical this week. It really was. And sometimes you just kind of need those reality checks of, look at how far you've come and look what you've overcome. Exactly 5 years ago, it was this, and I just remember that it was super hard for me to work, and all I could do was do like odds and end cleaning jobs. And I had moved back to my hometown here because of health complications and things, and I was in just a terrible part. I was always in pain constantly, and I don't know where I was going with that. That just kind of blew my mind, though. It just blew my mind. And I actually started the decision to start decluttering and becoming an ex-hoarder in my life started because of all that medical stuff as well. Because they thought I had something really serious. Like, I was told to get my affairs in order, and if that don't scare and stress you out, I don't know what will. And I just thought, oh my gosh, if something happens to me, they're going to have to deal with all this mess. So whole nother story, whole nother day. This is a personal chat journaling thing, but it kind of goes with that theme. This journal, all these women to me, and guys in this journal as well, they're all connected. It's all about heritage. It's all about this shared tradition and magic, if you will, and just it's all connected. They're individuals, but they're all connected, through earth and all that good stuff and tradition. And that just blew my mind this week, y'all. And I just wanted to share. It's just funny how what signs jump out at you. And on that note, since I have rambled a hot minute in this series too, I like to do a little music break, because this journal definitely is a music journal. I'm going to take a little music break, and then I'll be back with y'all here in just a bit. Alrighty, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that little music break. I enjoy adding music sometimes, just because I'm a big music nerd myself. But let's get back to the journal here. I did want to say, so, like the page I'm doing here, where that background is actually, where I did like the dyes and the inks on there. That was a little bit of a challenge because I didn't seal any of that, so it is still very reactive to like moisture and water, and you can actually see it running there a little bit. And since this is kind of abstract anyway, it just kind of added another little layer on top of that. But that ink was definitely trying to come up there, so that was interesting. So I just kind of patted it on there, and I was trying not to smear it. Number one, to just not muddy it up, and number two, just to not mess it up there. But once it dried, it was pretty solid on there. I'm going to add some more of those temporary tattoos that are the metallic and the color on them there. I really enjoyed how those came off the page, so I didn't know if they were going to show up, but I used those in a few pages back, and I'm going to use them on this one, and I just love the little element that it adds on there. And I just had fun with these because I like being able to cut the image out myself and just kind of make it whatever I wanted to, because if I didn't like part of it, I could just cut it off of there, just kind of like I do with magazine clips. So it worked out pretty well. Alrighty, and I thought since while I'm doing these tattoos here, let's just talk about let's talk about an October story here. So let's do a Halloween quick story here. So what have y'all dressed up for as Halloween? I don't think I've dressed up for Halloween other than like at work when we would do themed stuff for like, different charity stuff on Halloween. I haven't dressed up since high school, I do believe. I don't remember if I dressed up in college or not. I don't think I did. But when I was a kid, I had a few costumes. Again, I grew up very simply and humbly, we'll put it that way. AKA we were very frugal and didn't have very much. But I always had some fun costumes. So I remember I was a cat one year, of course. And I want to think it was either my mother or one of my mother's friends after she passed away actually made this cat outfit. I have a picture of it somewhere. I need to find that. And it was so cute. It had like the hat and the paws. I was Superman. I was a pumpkin. I was the Grim Reaper for a lot of years. I bought one of those costumes, like went up over your face, and I wore that for like 5 or 6 years. I just wore the same thing. I think I went as Ozzy Osbourne one year in high school. Gosh, I can't remember. My mind is going blank. But I used to do the thing going out and doing the trick-or-treating and all that a little bit. Wasn't really that big in my area, except for when I was very little, but definitely had fun with it. Gosh, I know there's more costumes. I can't think of it. I want to think in high school, me and my friends went as Blues Brothers one year, and because of course we were band nerds, so of course we did. And oh gosh, I want to think I went as a witch one year too. I honestly, gosh, why is my mind drawing a blank? I don't have good recollection of a lot of years that I have, which that's a whole nother story, whole nother day. But I do remember the cat and the pumpkin for sure, and then that Grim Reaper costume that I literally wore every year until it fell apart. Because you'd have to have a costume to go trick-or-treating, and y'all know you take that pillowcase with you and you fill that pillowcase up with candy. Do people still trick-or-treat anymore? I don't even know. We quit taking candy or getting candy because we had like 2 years in a row nobody came to my neighborhood, which I live in a very rough neighborhood. I wouldn't want my child trick-or-treating in my neighborhood either. So we just quit doing that. So I don't know if maybe people are doing other events. I don't know, but just another random tangent. This is the video of random tangents. Thank you for enduring my rambling. Let's get back to the journal, because Jen, this is a journal video. This is not a rambling video. Well, now it is. It is a rambling and a journaling video. But anyway, I need to lay off the caffeine a little bit. But I found these chains, as you see there on the page, and these chains actually matched exactly to that hand on the left, so I was really digging that. And then this is actually my second flip through of the journal as well. Like I said, sometimes I flip through 5 and 6 times before I feel like, okay, this journal session is good, we can move on. So this was actually my second flip through, and my last one of this journal session, where I'm flipping through, and I just have to feel good about being able to put up my little temporary tattoos, and that no more need to be added to this journal. And I don't know, like I would say, I'm very, would you call it intuitive? I'm not sure. I just, whatever I feel like with my journals is what I do. And this is actually the final page we're going to do here. And I went back through, and I just felt like this awesome lady here, she just needed a little bit of that gold accent on there. And I think it added a really fun element to the page. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video today. Rambles and all. I just wanted to share some things, and I have fun with it. You know, journaling actually, like I said, it allows me to express myself creatively, and I actually work through a lot of things when I'm journaling as well. I don't know if y'all do that. Any kind of, I don't know if you want to call them quirks or whatever that you have while journaling, or something that journaling helps you with. I know a lot of people, you know, it just keeps their hands busy for a little while. You know, with me, I can express myself and get my mind off things, and I don't know. It's a magical experience, y'all. But thank y'all so much. That's going to be the last embellishment we do for this video. And starting next week, we're going to break out the words, y'all. Yes, we are finally at the word stage. And I'm not sure if it's going to be 1 video or 2, because of just the sheer amount of words that I have to add. I actually ran out a few times and had to source more before I could finish. So I'm so excited. We're going to have the words now that all the embellishments are done, and we're going to get that voice into the story and into the elements. And again, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for embracing the caffeine and the rambles and all the goodness. Thank you for all the encouragement. I've really come to love this little channel of mine and the little community that is happening on here. And yeah, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a wonderfully witchy day, and I will see you next week with some words. Bye, guys.